Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to talk about drafts in FC. As you can see from my channel and what I have uploaded in the community tab, I really like drafts, and I have made lots of drafts not only in FC but also in other games that have drafts. But I think the drafts could be better with two helps that I have thought that can make it easier, you might think, but it can also make it more strategic depending on how you use them and if you use them at the right time. And I'm going to present two changes two changes that I think would make the draft even better, because right now it's a bit only luck. It's whether you get the good players or not. But with these changes you could decide your fortune somehow. I'm going to start with the first one. Choose two players from one pick. It has happened to everyone, I think, who plays draft, that when you get a good selection of players, you wish I wish I could take two players from this selection, or even more, but at least two. So you can I would make it so you can choose two players from one pick, but only once. This could be interesting because you would have to think many things. For example, if you get two in the goalkeeper position, two good goalkeepers, the two best goalkeepers of the game, 299 rated goalkeepers, which is great, but there is only one spot for a goalkeeper and the other would be on the bench. You would think that one goalkeeper wouldn't be that useful. It will only go on the bench. So even though there are two great players, you would think maybe this isn't the right moment to pick it. But I think it would be interesting thinking, and it would make you think, is this the right moment to pick? And as I said, with the goalkeepers it would probably not be worth it. You would have to check positions for other positions to think if they can both start at the starting level, because if you choose two players from one pick, the goal would be to have both players on the starting 11. If the second one goes on the bench, it would not be worth it. So I think it would be interesting to have this feature, but only once, so you have to think a lot about it. And the second help is to get the best version of a player. I got that idea from FC25. I'm currently still trying to get the 130 in FC25, and I get as a captain 93 rated Zervinho a lot, and I always think that it would be much better if I got the 98 version of Zervinho. So that's how the idea came to me. You would choose one player and choose to get, instead of the version it appears, the best version of that player, but only once, as in the previous help. But also you can't see what the best version of any player is, so it would require to have knowledge of the cards. You would have to know what the best version of this player is before you pick. You can't see that. You would have to know, and it will make it interesting. Like how well do you know the cards from the game? I think it will make it interesting that way, and it will make it interesting. For example, if you get a 91 rated player that has a 99 rated card, is it worth it to use that help, or it would be worth it to wait for the dead pick 80 rated players, and that are basically useless. But in this in this pick of useless players, sometimes there are players that have a very good card in the game. So is it worth it to sacrifice a 91 for a 99, or wait for the dead pick and then get the best player from there? For example, it has happened to all of us that from a dead pick we just choose the first one or the highest rated one without thinking too much, and then thinking, oh no, this player had a very good card and I wasted it. For a dead pick I chose that player that has also a 96 or 97 rated card. So that way it could make the dead picks useful, but you can also do that, for example, as I said, with a 91 rated player if they have a 99 rated player card as well. I think it would be interesting to have it only once, so that you would have to think what's the right moment to use it from the very first player very early, or wait for a dead pick, possibly having a player there. It would be interesting, I think. And these are the two helps that can make the draft easier, but they can also make them harder depending on whether you took the right decision. This is what I suggest, but maybe people would say it would make it much easier, the drafts, but I think it would make more strategic and it would require more thought instead of just picking the highest rated all the time. It would make the drafts have more thought in them, and I think thought is missing a lot in the drafts currently, because the chemistry, especially on FC 25, is very easy to get full chemistry, so 99% of the time you pick the highest rated card without thinking too much. I think these two helps that could make the drafts easier would also make the drafts more thoughtful. What do you think of this? Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think of these changes that I suggest. Thank you for watching.